Diego Rivera's Wife by Yoshioka Owens. I was up late thinking about the difference between Lady of the Night and Woman of the Year, and how it involves more than simply the passing of time. I was up late thinking about the world's smallest infinities and how you never really see two birds fucking, how it's always one bird fucking the other. I was up late thinking about how I have never laid down on a car windshield like it was a sofa, out there on the edge of an airfield, staring up at planes gliding into land or the giant empty sky, and how by now it's probably too late, that it's just not something that will ever happen for me. And I was up late thinking about the man or woman who coined the phrase to coin a phrase, and how the universe is an enormous cage made out of time and space. I was up late thinking about the lyrics to the smoothest R&B slow jams of my youth, and how so many of them sound in today's uptight hindsight like thinly veiled rape threats. I was up late thinking about Diego Rivera's Wife, and how some days it seems like I am playing someone else in the film of my own life. I was up late thinking about how my dreams are an attempt to make sense of my world, and my doctor's analyses are an attempt to make sense of my dreams, and how trying to make sense of my doctor's analyses keeps me up late thinking. And I was up late thinking about how when it comes down to it, I don't really ask for much, just the love of a good woman, and for every beatboxing barbershop quartet on the face of the planet to die. I was up late thinking about how every bar in this city could pass as a pirate ship, how they're all packed with young men with beards and tattoos who just want to get drunk and fuck something that's alive. I was up late thinking about Buzz Aldrin and the dream I once had of him, confessing in a radio interview that he couldn't enjoy walking around the moon back in 1969 because he thought he'd left the landing pod's door open and he just wanted to get back already and make sure it was locked. I was up late thinking about my ex and how he decided to have a temporary break back in 2003, and how maybe we're still together because we never saw each other again, and so technically never officially broke up. And I was up late thinking about how people are going to reach for their camera phones the minute they get into heaven because they just won't be able to fucking help themselves, will they? I was up late thinking about the poor monsters that live quietly beneath beds, and how they must lay awake each night, terrified of the little kids sleeping up there on their blanketed roofs. And I was up late thinking about how somewhere in that alphabet that every little kid knows by heart is every last word that will ever be written down or yelled out. I was up late thinking about the slow burlesque of the autumn trees, and how I bought my dog as a puppy, and now suddenly he's 40 years my senior and dying of old age. I was up late thinking about the elegance of snow and the first time I felt old. I was up late thinking about my dad. I was up late thinking.